My guests, Marlow and Chris Felton, they know firsthand, again, what it's like to be involved in a marriage situation where you have not worked out the financial differences. And we all have differences. And so you've got to talk about that, folks. Their new book is, one of their books is Couples Money. The book Couples Money. So that's available to you. And Marlow, you can tell us where we can find that and talk about what we were talking about here. What happens?
So, well, I'll tell you firsthand what happened to us and what we learned from it, because that was really the most important lesson from what happened to us. So it was probably about 10 years ago, and Chris and I had just gotten married, and we hadn't had a solid financial planning conversation or gotten on the same page about our finances. And I was living in a delusional world in my mind and getting more and more frustrated with Chris, not saying anything to him, thinking things would work themselves out. And I just began to get more and more frustrated. And I remember one night, and I know Chris remembers this night vividly.
Oh, yeah.
It was 10 years ago, because I got super frustrated, and there were some expenses that came up, and we didn't have the emergency fund set aside, and I blew up, and I threw my purse at him, not just once, but twice, and broke a compact and rattled off all the things I was frustrated and angry about with him. And then Chris stopped me dead in my tracks with a really important question. And I know he remembers this question. Honey, do you remember what you said?
Yeah, I do. I asked her, why are you still married to me?
And I thought, wow, and I was so blinded
that was a good
by
one, wasn't it?
It was good. Well, it was an interesting question at the time, and it stopped me dead in my tracks, because I was so blinded by frustration, I couldn't even see straight, and I couldn't even remember why I married him in the first place. And that's when I realized that I had a choice, and I could either stay married to him or we could get divorced. And I had to come up with a new list. I had to come up with a why am I married to Chris Felton list instead of the here's all the things I'm angry and frustrated about. So I had to shift my focus.
Okay.
And I talk a lot about shifting your focus and changing your life, and that's pretty much what happened.
And what did you switch to? Tell me what I know you're saying that you got to be on the same page. You have to have a mutually agreed upon financial segregation system that works for you both. I mean, is that where you went, Marlow? Where did you go to say, okay, let's get this off on the right foot, because if we don't, we're going to be separated?
Right. So I had to clearly define what I wanted my life to look like. And fortunately for Chris, that included him.
Yahoo!
Because I'm pretty good looking, Paul. I don't know if you've seen me on on our website.
No, but I'm going to go right there and find it.
I'm kidding. But anyway, getting back to what really made the difference was that list of my ideal life, and us both getting clear on our ideal life. One, seeing that they matched up and included each other. And that's how we began basically rewriting our financial life and our dream life together.
So you were talking to each other, understanding what the other liked or disliked, and trying to find out if you could be compatible there. Is that basically what you ended up doing?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct, because if Chris said, I want to live, so-and-so and live, in a tent in wherever, I'd be like, wait, time out. That doesn't work for me.
Right.
That didn't happen. But so many couples don't even talk about that.
Yeah, we don't go there. Unfortunately, we don't go there enough with each other.